Hello everybody, this be a test, this particular video. I'm just testing to see how my voice sounds. Um, the other videos have had the camera right here, now it's further back. I'm trying something different, something a little more open, if you will. So this is a test today, and if I like it, I like the sound, I'll go on to continue doing it this format, this way. All right. So, what am I talking about today? Well, I'll share a bit. I have been getting a lot of motivation lately. And on this beautiful, gorgeous November day, I'm here to tell you that the motivation is coming from YouTube. Okay? US and Canadian. Well, what's going on? What's the lowdown on the hoedown? Okay, I've been watching some up and coming, very successful YouTubers. One of them is just about to reach 100,000 subscribers. And the meat and potatoes, what that YouTuber does on that channel, is he just walks around his city. He lives in a major Canadian city, and he has a camera, one of those small well, it was originally a GoPro, then it became another one, an Osmo 3, and that hooked up to a gimbal, and he goes around the city filming. Pretty much 6, 7, 8 days, you know, 6, 7 days a week, if you will. He filmed the Santa Claus parade in his city, and he's been doing this for quite a. Well, I'm going to hold back a second here. I almost said quite a few years, but within reality, I think maybe 3 or 4 years. Okay, I'm not sure if he's been on the scene as long as I have, but he's been trying very hard, and he's realizing the rewards of his labors. For example, he had a profitable job before, and just in the last 2.5 years, packed it in, said goodbye to his employer, and went on to doing YouTube full time. Is it paying the dividends? You betcha. Now, person number 2 lives in the United States. This person, like me, is a car guy, okay? Loves cars. He's an honest family man, quite a bit younger than me. Actually, they both are, okay? They're both more than 10 to 15 years younger than me apiece. And both are highly ambitious young men. Well, the gentleman in the United States loves cars, started filming around the same time that I did with YouTube, and then went, just kept going on, persisting, right? Okay, videos every day. He started out maybe 2 or 3 a week, but he became every day after a while. And YouTube started paying the dividends, and then the next thing is he starts moving upward in the world. That extra income really helps, I'll tell you. I'm seeing it happening with this chap across Canada from me, and almost at 100,000 subscribers. In fact, by Christmas, he could hit 100K. I hope he does. I really do. I watched his videos. I've gone back and watched some of his older videos, and it's consistency and persistency, okay? We have somebody here in town, a young lady who's starting to do the same thing. She just started in the last year, walking around the metro area of the city where I live. And I just got a swift kick in the pants the other day, in reality, but not physically, but in reality, when I started looking at these other channels and seeing these people. And, you know, this particular chap I told you about that's about to hit 100,000. Well, he was he was loosely collaborating with about 4 or 5 other YouTubers that were from his general area where he lives, and every one of them are coming along and doing well. Okay, so that says something. That really says something to me. A year and a half ago, I had a friend of mine. We were talking about the YouTube, and he kind of said to me, he says, "It doesn't really pay that much, does it?" And I've never gotten to the point where it pays anything. So I was like, for me, no. But for others, yes. Persistency and consistency. Okay, those 2 words really matter. All right. Number 3, be who you are. Don't go out there and whip out the camera and pretend you're something you're not, because the people are people, and they'll catch you. All right. I've seen channels where they were doing that. They were fake as all get out, and just total idiots. You know, those channels came and went. I've seen people exploit YouTube. In Canada, we had such an individual who was very exploitive, and he ended up going to prison, serving prison time. Okay. If you do YouTube properly, and you be you, you do you. Okay, on YouTube, whether it's cooking, whether it's buying and selling automobiles, or me, aircraft. Okay, that's another big thing with me. I love my cars, I love my boats, but I also love aircraft. And you be you. Real estate, whatever. Fishing, whatever. Okay, you be you. That's the most important thing. All right. I can't stress that enough. The people that stick to their craft are themselves and just do it, have fun with it, and they get really into it. They're the ones who are successful, and ultimately they make a lot of money. Okay, I I sit here, and I've been now here contemplating this. I started really heavy. In 2018, I opened up my channel and started filming. And I think it was 2017, I filmed my first video. You can go back and see it. I was at an auto auction, and a friend of mine wanted a vehicle to buy. I didn't check him. I didn't do what I was supposed to do, all the ins and outs, pre-qualifying, that kind of thing. He was just tugging my chain. He had no money, and just, for whatever reason, wanted to waste my time. But needless to say, that video's out there, and I did a good job in that video. Okay, it's not the highest viewership. The highest viewership video I have so far, I was at a GM dealership, and I walked up to this brand new 2019 Chevy truck, GMC or Chevy, and whipped out my my camera, and I started videoing it. That video has hit. According to YouTube stats, it's at 4,500 views. Okay, and it was just a fun 15-minute video, in and out, basically. Another thing I can't stress enough that I've learned through my lessons is when you're setting up your video, target the right audience. Okay, when I started with the videos, and one of the reasons why this #1 video of mine still hasn't hit 10,000K yet is because it's still catching up. The first number of months, I didn't know what tags were. Tags, what the heck? What are they supposed to do? I had nobody educating me, saying, "Hey, Jim, this is what you do. You put the tags on there, and when people enter certain keywords, they'll be directed to your video. There's more of a chance the algorithm will see it. The more people see it and hit the like, it's going to get viewed." So, learn the hard way. It took me about a year and a half to get tags in those videos. Go back and redo them. Okay. It was after I bought Bone Crusher, my truck, my big GMC. Then it sunk in. And one day, sitting behind the wheel of Bone Crusher, I started fiddling around with the videos. And I was like, okay, I know what tags are now. So I started tagging all my videos. And within 2 months, the 2019 GMC truck video took off. It went nuts. It went viral. Okay. Most of those views were within the first 4 months after that point, after I entered the tags. So that's a big lesson that I learned the hard way. Make sure that you target your audience. Now, these videos that I'm doing today are just chat, okay? Just open chat. Like this is just me talking to you, all right? This could go on my Calgary Rambler Reloaded channel. In fact, I might do it that way. Makes more sense to me. What else? The consistency and persistency. Okay, when I started, I was flooding. I was putting out videos all the time. I wanted to be in every car dealership, and I wanted to be there and start filming. All right. Sundays were my day, and this is all before COVID. And I wanted to hit the top cars. So it was Hellcats back then. And I was fortunate enough to have a dealer walking distance to where I live here who had a couple Hellcats on his lot in that time period. And it was good for views. It was. I never drove them. However, in 2024, things are going to change. Okay, I'm going to start doing driving videos and driving impressions. Now, another video that didn't quite hit as many, I think it's about 895 views, is the 2017 Nissan 370Z video. If you go back to my videos on Rambler, you'll see that that I'm sitting behind the wheel of that car, okay, on my Calgary Rambler channel. And that car was special to me in a lot of ways because it brought me back to my youth. And for a moment there, sitting behind the wheel of that car, it had very low miles, like I think it was less than 7,000 kilometers. Okay, not miles, kilometers. It brought me right back to the 1970s, as I explained. And that was back when my parents were young. And R240Z was still almost new. And I was explaining where I sat as a young child. And to everybody I've talked to since that day, I've explained that. I've won some very loyal viewers on that topic. It's very, very close to my heart. Okay, so is there a chance, if I can work it, that I will bring in a 370Z? Yes. Yeah, of course. You know, why not? Or even a 400. 400 or Z, I guess they're calling it now. It's a possibility, absolutely, because these cars harken back to when I was a little kid, all right? And back in those days, you didn't have to wear seatbelts, so we sat in that spot and on the rear deck behind the driver and passenger seat. And Dad would when he was around, he'd drive the car, or it'd be mostly Mom. It was Mom's car, so we'd sit back there, and she'd have my sister sitting in the passenger seat, and I'd sit in the back. And then when Dad was around, Dad would be driving, obviously, and Mom would be in the passenger seat, and of course I'd be in the back, you know. And those are good days back in the 1970s. So it's very special to my heart. So having an iconic car on the channel helps matters. Now, we just had one, okay? And early on in the channel's infancy, you can go back and see the videos where I talk about what my struggles were that going through life. And it was heartbreaking at times. You know, I wanted to buy more police cars for myself and not just have them for the movie TV industry. There was about 4 or 5 units that I really, really wanted I couldn't get. Couldn't for the life of me. You know, they were too high priced. So and I got outbid at the auctions in Ontario. I was living in Ontario at the time. It was just after the turn of the millennium, but after 2003. So Ford Interceptors had the redesigned suspension on them and better seats in the interior. They handled better. Had maybe a little bit more horsepower showing. Okay, 250 horse is what they were broadcast out to being in 2006 and above. Anyway, this particular dark brown Crown Vic I wanted bad. It was from the OPP. Couldn't get my hands on it. It sold at the auction for over 10 grand because the mileage was so bloody low. Couldn't get my hands on it. It's one that sticks with me to this day. Well, till I got the Squad, and the Squad is what changed things. Bone Crusher was a moment, okay, a moment of elevation for me when I bought that big truck, and then it was when I got the Police Interceptor, straight trade from Bone Crusher, no money down. I didn't exchange any cash at all. That was a defining moment for me. Having that vehicle for 2.5 years really spoke volumes to me, and it never cost me 1 penny of trouble. Yeah, I did all my oil changes. I did everything, and at the end, it was the right thing to sell it at that point. Could I get another Police Interceptor? Well, again, I got asked the question. It begs the question: is it for me, or is it for others? Okay, does it better me, or does it better others in their situations? And Bone Crusher, it never felt like that was really my truck. Okay, too many people coming around. All the dregs of society were showing up. It was just, you know. And then there was that time where Bone Crusher got, I didn't have him for almost a month because he was stuck up in the mud, up in the Waiprus area of Alberta, BC, right on the border in the mountains. And that was, for me, kind of the breaking point. Plus, speaking of breaking, there was a lot of pieces that were starting to break with age in that truck. So, truck had to go. But the Ford Interceptor, that was a great vehicle. It was a really, really good vehicle. And I'm forever grateful to the privilege of having owned it. Nobody bothered me. The whole time I owned that car for the 2.5-year period, nobody bothered me. All right? I had no harassment. I had nothing, you know. And the engine in that one was the same engine that was in the premium V6 Mustang. Perhaps more horsepower though. And I had a great time, you know. But now things have changed, and that vehicle's gone. I parted ways with that car in August, and here we are going into December. So I haven't had a car since that one. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't really wanted to have a car at this point. But I am still a car enthusiast, so I'm still going to go out there and do my thing. I still have the license, always will have the license, and just want to go have fun now. You know, I watch what going back to the YouTubers, I watch what they do, right? And I learn a lot what they've done. It means a lot to me. See them go and succeed, you know. The chap down in the States, he does well. He does really well, you know. He's a dad. He's got he's happily married for over a decade, and things are going so well for him. Then I look at the other YouTubers that are out there too, and using YouTube to augment, right, their incomes. to beef them up further so they can enjoy life that much more. This is a real privilege here. YouTube could end anytime, and I'm aware of that. But at the same time, why not ride the wave? You know, it really hit me recently. So this year, 2024, is the year where I'm coming back, and I'm coming back with a resurgence. All right. I want to get this channel all the way up to 100K in the next 2 years. All right. It can be done. There have been YouTubers that have done it in months. There's one YouTuber who did it in 1 month. I don't know how the heck the kid did it. 13-year-old boy. Okay. And all he had was these mime cartoons. And it went right up to 100,000 views within a month. It can be done. I got the first 300. If you go back and look at my stats, I hit 300 years ago. All right, and then COVID struck and I peeled off for some reason. I just didn't put the effort into it at that point. And then there was one thing after another. Politically here in Canada, the government was trying to stick their nose in. Now they've gone a different route with their behavior, and I'm happy about that. YouTubers will never die. Yes, we're going to get taxed. I'm okay with that. All right, I know that time is coming, and I can live with it. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm excited for what's coming forward, and to be able to collab with other YouTubers across Canada, that's a privilege that I really look forward to. It's not going to be what defines the channel at all, okay? It's what, like I said to you earlier, what I put into it. I put in 100%, I'll get that back eventually, all right? You put in, you get back what you put in, is what I'm saying. All right, so this is going to be a real time for us, real time. I've asked you in previous videos, what do you want to see? And not much of a response yet. And I'm going to ask you again, what is it you would like to see out there? Okay, I'm going to do the car videos. Now, do you want me to do Stellantis? Do you want me to do Nissan? Do you want me to do Mercedes? Do you want me to do classics, like going into junkyards? I can do it all. You know, I got it all here. We're fortunate here in Canada to have a lot, and close to me too, we have a lot of vintage car yards, okay? Within 20 minutes drive of where I'm sitting is a gentleman who has a car lot, and that's all he sells are vintage cars, before 1970, I might add. So we have them here. Do you want more police car type things? It was a privilege having the dark brown squad. You know, do you want to see more like that? We'll see what we can do. I got an excellent police service here. Kudos to them. Hats off to Calgary Police and the Alberta Sheriffs and the RCMP. Okay, you guys have all got really nice equipment, and I know you love showing it. So, but they're shy. I gotta admit, those boys and girls, they're shy. Try to get them on camera, they giggle and run away. So, anyways, do you want that? Do you want the airplanes? Okay, that's a new aspect I was touching on in the last video, and now I can touch on it a little bit more, okay? Something the Prime Minister said this week in the House of Commons was enough to confirm to me what I need to do, and what needs to happen here in Canada, because Canada is a aging population. So, knowing that, there's a necessity for me to enhance my my business angle with aviation. So I'll enlighten you more as time goes on. Okay, but that's as far as I go with that. So do you want the aviation? We can do that too. Okay, boats? Sure, why not? I was raised in Ontario, on Lake Ontario. All right, and there are a lot of boats down there. Beautiful boats, old boats, new boats, sunken boats, boats that are in the air, boats of every kind. Even people have taken a VW Bug and turned it into a boat. Okay, they're out there. So we can do boats. We can do transport trucks. Okay. Um, Before I got into the YouTube scene, I have smiling at myself. I have a lot of pictures of big rigs, and I can go in and do that. Okay, sure, I can do a segment on rigs. All right, not a big deal. And we can cover occupations too. You know, right? It's going to be a lot of fun. But the main premise behind the Rambler channel is automotive, automotive, automotive. So that includes automotive boats and aircraft. Reloaded, behind Rambler Reloaded, will be everything else. Okay? If I'm cooking, whatever, we can do it there. Live streaming, I think I'm going to start to, I'm going to do it here on Rambler, okay? And as Reloaded catches up, maybe even surpasses Rambler, um, I'll do some work on there too. All right, so that's where it is in a nutshell, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for sticking with me. Okay, some people have sadly passed on, and the numbers have shown that. I went beyond 300, way beyond 300 for a while. I think I was 385, but quite a few people passed away during COVID, and that's really tragic and very sad. So let's get past 300. Let's go all the way to 400, 500, 1,000. Once I'm at 1,000, I'll monetize. Okay. Thanks to the help of friends of mine who are former employees of Google, they allowed me to do lives early before the 1,000. So I'm here hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of subscribers early. Okay, and I'm doing live. And that's because they extended the privilege my way, because I seen what I lost during that year. Another lesson number 5, is when you buy a new cell phone, don't change the number right away. Okay? Don't change that phone number right away. All right? Until you've gotten into the phone, you've tied the phone into Google, and all your accounts are secure. All right, and you've got the third party verification process all set up and stamped down. Then you can change the phone number. I made the mistake almost 2 years ago, and it just about sunk me, because I wasn't able to get into Calgary Rambler at all. Okay, it was a whole year where nothing happened, and that's why I couldn't get past the verification process. I finally found my friends. I believe they're in Norway, and they're former employees of YouTube and Google, mainly Google, and we had good collaborations, good talks, and they helped me get around that. Basically, within a month, my channel was back up operating. And they also stood down the prerequisite of having to get to 1,000 before you unlocked to be able to go live. They gave me the privilege early. So thank you to them. This really helps me. It's helping move along, because I can now do the lives. Now, how can YouTube improve a bit with Google? Well, They do it with the videos already. Okay, tagging. Why not do tagging for the lives so people can find the live? Okay, if they're looking for information on vehicles and talking about financing and that type of thing, why not have tags there? I understand that the way it's set up now is that it's based on popularity and demand. Okay, but let's work on it for the tags too. All right, just an idea, just my own two cents on that. So on that note, you're watching this. I filmed this a bit earlier today, and or a few days ago. It depends when I want to release this video. Okay, I'm going to now schedule a time to post it up, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty. Well, I want to thank each and every one of you. Please like the video. Please hit the subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the algorithm and helps my channel grow. I do want to go places. Okay, it's going to be an incredible journey, and I'm learning from other YouTubers out there, learning a lot of good lessons. These are very, very good people, and they're driven. Okay, you're not going to get anywhere unless you have a good drive behind you, right? You're not going to get to point B from point A if you just sit there and look at it. So, I guess you could say in layman's terms, the car's in gear, and I'm starting to pull away from the curb again. So, let's go and let's grow. All right. Looking forward to talking to you in the next one. Have a great time.